Good morning, and thank you for joining me on another episode where I take a book and from that book I find a bar. Now, a bar is a short, valuable nugget of information for us to feed our minds. This is
Breakfast Bars! Breakfast Bars!
Breakfast Bars! This is Breakfast Bars!
Good morning. Welcome back to another episode of Breakfast Bars, starting the week off hot with a very important topic, especially now more than ever. I mean, it's never fading away. This topic should always be on the forefront of what you're doing. But the topic is about health. And there's a lot of different ways to think about health and things to adapt to and accommodate and implement in your life. But one that has worked really well for me is the Bulletproof diet by Dave Asprey, specifically the Bulletproof coffee. Brew some coffee, throw some butter in there, throw some MCT oil. That aids to kind of the main focus with this is fasting, intermittent fasting. So that all plays an important role there. But the Bulletproof Diet is the book where Dave Asprey, where the name is coined from, and also where he elaborates on the full extent of the diet. So just a lot of bars in here about health, and there may be a super profound bar we find, or just a very simple nugget of information that can help you live a little bit healthier lifestyle. So let's see what we find. Okay, let's go with this right here. Today's bar: for at least a half hour before going to bed, try to avoid bright lights. You may be thinking, okay, cool, what does that matter? Well, if you truly want to be at your best, sleep is crucial. Sleep is where recovery happens, not just for your body, but for your mind. Right now, actually, Dave Asprey, the author of this book, is having a sleep challenge, a 14-day sleep challenge that I'm currently in. And so he goes into even more depth on how you can hack your sleep. That's what Dave Asprey's all about, is biohacking. Hacking your biology to be at your best. And so this bar here is for at least a half hour before going to bed, try to avoid bright lights. And he expands on this even more from his other works, more in this book. But I would say actually an hour. I aim for an hour to avoid bright lights. And one way you can do this is by getting different colored light. That orange light, or red light, I think he says is the best, but that orange amber light really helps. And because all these fluorescent lights that we are accustomed to, that are standard in our houses, when you're trying to go to bed or late at night, that actually affects your brain. The light gets in through your eyes, and it inhibits melatonin release, which melatonin helps you fall asleep. I'm sure you've heard of people who take melatonin pills to try to help them fall asleep. But what if they didn't even know about the lights? It could be counteracting or counterintuitive or not even working or helping at all. So he says here in the book a half hour. I've heard other places an hour, 2 hours. I would actually aim for an hour before going to bed, avoiding those bright lights. So if you got a dimmer switch, turn it down. If you can just turn off your lights, whether you got something else in the background, try to avoid TV late and stuff, because all that light hitting your eyes negatively affects your sleep. And even what I do, a simple fix, I think I bought these glasses on Amazon for like $10, $15. But they're those blue blocking glasses that seem to be getting more and more prominent, and you hear more about them these days. So blue blocking glasses that blocks that blue light that can negatively affect the release of melatonin in your body before bed. I wear those. So that's specifically regardless, if I can turn off more lights, or I don't have red lights or amber lights or anything yet, but at the very least I want to make sure I'm wearing those blue blocking glasses right before bed, an hour before bed. And the interesting thing too, I got a little Whoop strap here, which is crazy technology that will track not only what you do in your activity throughout the day, but also your sleep, and it gives you a recovery score. But what I love about it most is it tells me, it breaks down my sleep into how much time I spent awake, how much time it took me to fall asleep, how much light sleep I got. But the most important things that I check every single morning when I wake up is my REM and deep sleep, because those are the most restorative parts of sleep for your body and your mind. So I want to get as much of those as possible. And avoiding these bright lights, wearing those blue blocking glasses, getting different lights if you can, that I've seen a great increase in the amount of deep sleep I get. You want to have at least over an hour of deep sleep at night. When I wear my blue blocking glasses and have my lights dimmed all the way down, I'm pushing hour 40 minutes, sometimes 2 hours, very rarely, but sometimes 2 hours. And all that does is just help you recover, help you rejuvenate from the day, so that you can wake up in the morning refreshed. String a couple nights like that together and you can definitely see the positive results. So again, the bar today is for at least a half hour, I'd say an hour, before going to bed. Try to avoid bright lights. Get blue blocking glasses, dim the lights. Blue blocking is the easiest solution. And focus, think about not just, what activity you can do during the day to boost your health, but take into account the importance of sleep. It's a major key. Have a great day. Thank you again for tuning in to another episode. Just a reminder, you can find Breakfast Bars on iTunes, YouTube, and Instagram by searching Breakfast Bars. On Instagram, it's at breakfast.bars. Would mean a lot to me if you left me a review, subscribed, follow, and of course, if you find value in Breakfast Bars, if you like hearing them daily, go ahead and please share it with a friend, someone you know that wants to receive some daily bars.